Alright, what is up guys? We're here for some ranked Switch Sports Golf. And we're looking pretty close to my rank up game to S8. So we're going to see what we can do here on good hole 13 with some side wind. Alright, so we're starting off with middle right pin. Because we have some tailwind, I know back left I like to go full 7 iron if we didn't have wind. So I'm probably going to try to go about 3.8, maybe a little more. But the hard part is going to be reading this wind. It's looking pretty strong. So let's go for 3.8. Is that good? Yeah, right about here. That was a little more than I wanted. I don't hate it though. It should leave me a pretty decent approach. Yeah, okay. It's a pretty manageable birdie putt, so I don't hate that. Let's just nail it and move on, because it's looking like not a lot of pars out here on this hole. Or not a lot of birdies, sorry. So about 1.5 dots here, maybe a little more. Alright, and the birdie drops. Alright, so hole complete. Looks like there were maybe only 4 birdies total there, which is pretty crazy. But can't complain about that. All 3 birdies, that's awesome. It's a really good way to start it off. Alright, and we are back here on hole 14. Looking like some, what is that? Some southwest wind, probably like 15 miles per hour. Maybe 8, maybe like 9. Not sure if it's blue or... Okay, wow, what a guess, goddamn. So I always end up drilling that pine tree. Leave myself a drive up there.
Nice shot.
And move on. So I tried to land it right on the edge of the rough, just so I get a little bit of a bounce. Will keep me comfortably in the fairway. So this should give us a good chance to drive. Hopefully put it close if we're lucky. Maybe not, but we'll see what we can do. Roll it up there. Just give it full power here.
Nice
Alright. Now all we can do is hope that we fly over that. Oh. Really hard bounce, but that's okay. Not sure how much I really want to go here. Maybe about here. Maybe a little more, something like that. Probably give it 0.7 dots. Maybe 0.8. Roll to the right. Boom! Look at that.
Chip in.
That's huge. A really huge way to start it off. Puts us in a really great scoring position. Hopefully we're going to be up 4 points on a bunch of people. But you really just love to see it. Great way to line that up. And let's see what everybody else gets. Alright, so let's see what everybody else got. Hopefully there were no other eagles. That would be massive. That would put us in a great position. I'm assuming there's going to be... Oh, look at that. No eagles. That puts a solo first right now on top of an S6 and an S8. And I think 2 other low S's. So, you know, we'll keep playing well. All I can do is play my best game. Hole 4, par 3. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we have back middle pin here. I have seen a spoon strategy here. I'm a little nervous to try it with this wind, but it's usually about 2.8, 2.9 dots. So, probably give it a go here. 30 miles per hour, probably going to aim for 3.1. And hopefully just roll it up there nicely. It looks pretty decent. It's going to bounce a lot to the right though. Okay, that's not ideal, but definitely a makeable putt. I don't hate it too much. Hopefully we can sink this and really just keep our 4-point lead. Actually, yeah, this is fine. I don't hate this one, but that's one miss. Doesn't suck for us. Probably aim about just under 2 dots here. And we drop it for the birdie. That's a really clutch putt right there. You know, that's something decently easy to miss, but we did not because we're goated. Alright, that is the hole complete. We'll see what everybody else got. Really big birdie to keep us up 4 points. Gives us a lot of leeway going into these last holes. Wow, look at that. So it's rather first or second place. Honestly, it's looking really solid, but can't let up yet because we got a lot of game left, unfortunately. With a tricky hole 6. Front pin, though, I don't hate this pin at all. This is probably one of my favorites. So I have a pretty good lineup for this hole, so gonna go with the pine tree strategy. Probably just goes straight at this pine tree. Full power driver. Hopefully leave us in that tree to the left.
Nice shot.
Oh, I'm the worst player in the game. Go through. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Really lucky there. Read that wind really wrong, but that's okay. So from here, depending on our wind, we have a little forward. Probably going to want to go, honestly, like a little to the right, a couple ticks. Go 2.3 dots spoon. Maybe a little less than that. A little right more, I don't know. It's tricky with the spoon. I'm not really used to reading the wind. Oh no. I've really overpowered that one. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, wow. Okay. I fucking suck. That's okay though. Because this putt doesn't actually look too bad. It looks... Oh, okay, I lied. We're just gonna go here. Probably right about here. I honestly think it's more important to make this in 2 than go for it, but we'll see what we can do. Probably just about full power. Maybe a little more. Oh! That's miserable. That looked so good. Right off the club. Now we're actually left with a pretty tricky putt for par, but should be manageable. And we sink it. Really clutch par right there. I'm not sure how many birdies there were on that. I don't know if this is the person going for it. Yeah. So it would be really ideal if this is for par. I doubt it, but who knows. Oh, okay, that's their birdie. We're only up 1 point now, going into the last hole. So we'll just hope for the best right now. So going into the final, we are 1 point up. So hopefully we just got a straightforward hole. Maybe give me a hole 2 no wind. We can drain in a hole in 1 for the win. Alright. So we're here hole 10. Looks like probably 12 or 9 mile per hour wind. Crosswind. Not strong. Which is no big deal. You know, this is very eagleable, but we just have to hope that our opponent does not. 13 mile per hour. 12 is a good guess. Alright, 110 yards. It's always important to remember to up power a little bit, just because you're hitting uphill a little. So here I'm probably going to go for about 3.4 dots. Give it a good roll up. 13 mile per hour. Not really sure how many boxes, but I feel pretty good about this, just because we're not moving too far. I'd go 3.3 dots. Something like that. It's also coming at us a bit, so maybe I'll aim towards 3.4 a little more. 3.3.
Nice shot.
It's up. Oh no. Hit the pin. Oh no, guys. Okay. So this shouldn't be the hardest chip, but really not good here. Just play our own game. Hopefully that doesn't drop, and it doesn't. I think we're safe. But, oh no. That's not good. We just lost first. Really unfortunate there. There's just nothing you can do about that. And we missed that too. Terrible way to end it off, but we'll secure a second place here and move on.
Nice par.
Alright. That is hole complete. And we just gotta hope for the best here. Hopefully get a lot more rank than I'm expecting. I really doubt it, but it's a really unfortunate way to lose there with that eagle. But only if we made that birdie on the last hole. But let's see what we got. Oh, wow, I went up like 2%. This rank system fucking sucks. That's crazy. Guess that's why you're supposed to just win. We'll move on to the next. Alright, we are back on to game 2. Starting off in hole 2, looking like a really solid lobby. Or decently solid lobby, I don't hate it at all. Hopefully we can secure a win here. I played with Zonos before a handful of times. So, we'll just see what we can do. Hope for the best. This is a tricky hole 2 with this back pin. I know if it were back left, I have done 3.1.5 iron. That's left me in a decent spot. Is that true? Yeah, I think so. So with this, we're probably gonna try to go for 3.3 here. Put it off pretty far to the right. Really far to the right, actually. Let's see. Let's watch someone else hit. Okay. That's about where I'm aiming. They're very far left. Okay. So we'll aim about here. 3.3 dots. No spin. And hope for the best.
Nice shot.
That's what I wanted. Oh no. Oh, actually, wait, that's fine. Okay. This is a really long birdie putt,
Nice.
actually. But definitely makeable. Would be a really good way to start it off. I'm liking about here. Maybe even less. Probably about here. 2.5 dots. I actually underpowered that. Bang! Really good way to start it off.
Nice birdie.
Pretty tricky one. Really, actually really hard. Max wind. Diagonal with a really tricky pin. So, you can't complain about that with only 2 birdies. Puts ourselves in a really good spot. And back to, let's get into hole 2. Alright. So we got hole 3 here. It's looking just like straight tailwind, actually. So, we'll give us an interesting look. Okay, really strong tailwind. So, there are gonna be some eagles here, actually. I think we can just go straight over this tree. What the? That's actually a really great shot right there. It's just gonna be tricky with this wind. We're definitely gonna have to put some, actually don't know. I honestly might try to do some. No, I can't do that much. This is really tricky. But we'll see what we can do. Probably gonna go to full power. Bend it. Hopefully we get a launch roll here. Which we did, actually. Oh, is that... Nice. Okay. So we're putting. Oh, no. Okay, we're on the fringe. I thought we were on the fairway. But we have a putt at it, which is really ideal. Can't get that lower angle, which is tough, but... Alright, that's an eagle miss right there for Zonos, which is good. This could put us ahead if we can sink this eagle. This is really tricky, really long putt here. So, let's see what we can do. Probably over full power. Oh! Really, really hard way to miss that. Could have put us ahead, but we'll just have to settle for birdie there. Really unfortunate.
Nice birdie.
Alright, this hole complete. And I don't think there were any eagles, which is very fortunate for us, because if there were, we would not be in first, but we still are. just clutch. A really hard miss, but on to the next hole. Alright, on to hole 16, which is actually really good. Hopefully we get a good tee position. Which I did. I mean, probably the best position. So we just gotta hit a full driver here. And we have an easy shortcut and a really good look for an eagle.
Nice shot.
It's a perfect. Oh, we might get a really good bounce. Okay. So this is a really important shot to make because there will be more eagles dropping here. Probably going to want to go about 0.8 dots. Shouldn't bend too much. Oh my god.
Nice approach.
Just can't catch a break here, man. Okay. Sink the birdie. Really unfortunate. Not getting the most luck, but can't complain too much because I think we're still going to be tied going into the next hole. But we'll see what everybody gets. Alright, let's hole complete. And hopefully, again, no eagles, which is a really eagleable hole. But yeah, we're safe for now. Still looking first place. I really could have had 2 eagles, but no reason to complain because we are not losing, luckily. It's a really close game so far, but a hole 17 with some, northeast wind. Doesn't look too strong though, luckily. Okay, yeah, this is fine actually. Pretty tricky pin though, because if you underpower it, you're gonna hit the fringe and be left short. If you overpower it, you're gonna launch roll and fly off the green. So I think I'm gonna go for like 3.9 dots. Hope for the best.
Nice shot.
I was a little underpowered. Oh no. Okay, hopefully we get a launch roll. Alright, that's really bad. We have to nail this, unfortunately, or else we're not going to be in first. But we'll move it a bit to the right. Should only roll a little. Go 1 dot here. Probably top of the first dot. No. Okay. Boom! And we sink it for a crazy clutch birdie. That really keeps us in it. That absolutely could have been the thing that puts us behind, but we're not dog at the game, luckily. Alright. That is hole 4 done. Hopefully, well, we're going to be tied for first. We know that, which is really clutch. Really extremely clutch. Yep, me and Zonos going into the last hole tied. So this is realistically probably for my rank up game. So we just gotta play a good hole and hope for the best. My least favorite hole in the game. It's fine though, it shouldn't be too bad. All we can really hope for is a birdie. With this wind, it doesn't look too bad, so I'm not too concerned. And we just have to really get a good third shot onto the, or get a good third shot onto the green. So, stroke 3. We're hitting a little uphill. This is probably try to aim it a little to the right. Wind behind us, but it doesn't really matter. Probably gonna want to go. This is such a tricky one. 3.7 dots. Maybe a little more. I'm not sure. Or how does. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Looks pretty good. Oh no. Okay.
Nice on.
This is a really tricky putt, but definitely manageable. Probably gonna want to go right here. Like, it breaks a lot at the start and stops at the end. It's probably right here. Go just over 1 dot. Maybe just about 1 dot. And we sink it. That's really clutch. Birdie is tied with Zonas. So, time for a closest to the pin. So, it's looking like an interesting one on hole 20. Tricky with the tree straight in our face. But I'm curious, actually, what Zonas is going to do. Because I don't know if I'm going to hit that tree if I go full 3-iron. Alright, we're just going to go for it. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Spin hard. Oh, okay. You know, that spun really hard, but now we wait, which is the worst part. Alright. Shit. It's unfortunate. It's a great game from Zonas. I'm butthurt for sure. With a pin hit also. Because that probably could have gone pretty far past, unfortunately. But nothing you can do about that. Now we check on our rank. Let's take a look. Maybe this will be our S8 game if we're lucky. I went down! There's no fucking shot. Wow, alright. That's really brutal. We're gonna call it that for the video. That's criminal. Unfortunate, but what you gonna do? And, we'll look to see you guys soon in the next video. Bye-bye.